What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is Zach Novak and this is Zach Novak Plays Games. In today's video, there was a big reveal dropped today at Paris Games Week. Bungie actually revealed the expansion #1, Curse of Osiris. We finally got a trailer for it. There is a lot to go over in this video, so let's start things off with the intros. Let's get into this and I hope you enjoy. Alrighty, so today at Paris Games Week, Bungie actually revealed Expansion 1 Curse of Osiris, which is the first expansion in the Destiny 2 universe. It will be released on December 5th, 2015 for PlayStation 4, PC and Xbox One. The Curse of Osiris DLC takes place after the conclusion of the Destiny 2 campaign, where you were dispatched to Mercury on a quest to find Osiris, the most powerful warlock to have ever lived, to discover the answers humanity needs to fight back against the Vex. Now what we do know so far is Curse of Osiris actually adds a brand new chapter to the world of Destiny 2. It is expanding the universe by adding an all new cinematic story with new and returning characters, a new destination to explore, Mercury and its infinite forest, as well as a new social space called the Lighthouse, which we have seen in Destiny 1 returning finally in Destiny 2. There is also new missions, new strikes, new raid content, new free roam activities, and a world quest to complete. There is also a bunch more that they're keeping secret until the actual launch or until we get closer to the release of this, but wow, so far it is crazy hype. Alongside the date in itself, the new trailer was dropped by the Sony's Paris Games Week conference, which in itself they were teasing the upcoming downloadable content. While some of the details about Curse of Osiris leaked on the Xbox store back in September, this is our first real look at an official expansion alongside with its actual release date. Now they do actually have, along with the trailer, the focus on the Vex and the Vex's invasion of Mercury, with players encountering the eponymous Osiris. That name in itself should be familiar to long-term Destiny 1 players like myself. He is one, if not the most mysterious character in the whole game's lore in itself. We have heard a bunch about the Trials of the Nine, and now we're finally getting our fingers on the truth of the Trials of Osiris, the competitive multiplayer that was in Destiny 1. We'll have to see what actually does follow with this. Alongside the leak, however, with itself, there was a bunch of other screenshots. Now I will have playing in the background all of said screenshots in themselves and breaking down what I actually have noticed so far in some of these. I may not be the most knowledgeable person on YouTube, however I do actually notice a few things that do seem, you know, pretty standout-ish. Let me just first say that they do actually state on the official Destiny 2 website, the actual expansion pass, so you can check it out. It does state, included with the purchase, we continue our adventure with the Destiny 2 expansion pass and get access to both expansion 1, which we're seeing, and expansion 2 coming later. Both expansions feature brand new destinations, story missions and adventures. Play new cooperative activities, compete in new multiplayer arenas, and earn a wealth of themed weapons, armors and gear. So that is a lot of information in itself. For the Curse of Osiris, we do know that we are actually continuing our Guardian's journey with all new story missions, adventures that are actually set on the new destination of Mercury. Now we can actually explore Mercury and its mysterious infinite forest. We've got new story missions and adventures, new themed weapons, armors and gear to earn, new cooperative activities, new competitive multiplayer arenas and more. Now there is a multiplayer arena for the PlayStation that is exclusive, and so for Xbox players, yeah, we're gonna probably have to wait a year for that, but let us go through what we actually have available that we do know that is coming with this actual expansion. Alrighty, so starting first off with this. Now, as we can see, we've got a Titan and a Warlock, both looking really freaking cool. I will have to say that Warlock's armor kind of looks more like the Optimus-y armor than it kind of does anything new, but that Titan's armor, holy jeez, that is a cool looking Vex eye. And I think that also is a Man of War linear fusion rifle. I'm not too sure, think that's what the Titan's got. The Warlock, that is definitely a pulse rifle. it kind of really looks like the Stranger's Rifle, or the No Time to Explain. One of them, not really too sure, but that definitely isn't the original ornament or ornaments that we had for it. There is also a nice looking shotgun on that Warlock's back, and I think we can actually see a submachine gun, kind of potentially might be a submachine gun. I only say that for the fact that it looks like it has a very large suppressor on it, and yeah, that's cool. We also have this, which is a really actual good idea about what potentially we could be seeing with this actual new place of Mercury. Most likely, most areas will be like this, but potentially, as they did say, there is that infinite forest, which will just potentially be endless. We'll see how things actually go with that, because Bungie has said certain things can be endless in the past, but really, they aren't so very endless. But again, looking at that Warlock with what does definitely look like the Stranger's Rifle, or No Time to Explain, with just some very, you know, Vexy upgrades. I honestly think that is Radion fluid that is actually flowing through that weapon, because most likely Osiris and the Vex, yeah, they would have melded at some point, and he would have understood how to actually turn some Vex technologies into weapons. Which, if that is true, holy hype, I am really excited for it all, even though I'm just excited altogether. We also have this image right here, which is a 4th set of Guardians, most likely on a PvP map. This map, I think, is called something with the worms, can't remember what it's called, but Bias Video, if you ended up watching My Name is Bias Video, he had a really good breakdown of this. You also had a Crucible trailer, which, wow, had some pretty cool footage. But quickly, let's just zoom in on this a little bit. As we can see, that Titan's armor looks very much different, and all three, that Titan and both Warlocks, actually look like they have Radion fluid-ish weapons, or Vex-ish weapons. We'll have to see what that is when it actually does drop, or when it gets closer to it and we find out more information. Also, this Hunter looks really freaking cool, almost having that Vex-ish style of, you know, triangle patterns, I guess. It's also got what looks like a blue eye instead of being that you know, red eye we normally see on Vex. Still really freaking cool. The armors in themselves are definitely looking more unique than the things we have actually seen so far in Destiny 2, and I'm just really excited to see even more of it. The way that they've actually stylized the I guess artistic value that is coming from this game is just crazy amazing, and towards the future is just going to get even better. Seeing things like this, where you've just got, I think, a Titan slamming an arc rift thing down, it looks really freaking cool, just honestly amazing by itself. And the areas, the maps in themselves that they've just created for just being able to access in a new kind of frontier on Destiny is really just crazy. It's seriously something that I am really hyped about. Potentially we may be going back to Venus, which if we do, I'm really hoping we get to see a different side of Venus. That would be really nice. Just speculating that potentially may be happening in the future when Osiris does actually drop. We'll have to see though, because certain areas definitely do look like Mercury, but others kind of look more like Venus, or ish, maybe of just Mercury places kind of different. I don't know, we'll have to see. The armor set that both this Warlock and Hunter are wearing, I'm guessing are Future War Cult, because we can see the Future War Cult logos all over them, and I will have to say, this does look pretty freaking cool. We have actually seen some of these actually coming from the actual past, but yeah, it's really cool. Also that hand cannon that the Hunter is using, that looks really nice, but it does look kind of familiar to something we've already seen. I'm not actually too sure what, but continuing on, there it is in more actual detail. It looks very reminiscent of almost the Jade Dragon chest piece, except it is in hand cannon form, with the tubes that also look like it's got Radion fluid going through them. We'll have to see what it actually is when it does get dropped, but potentially that will be an exotic. Most likely it will be, because it definitely looks like something Osiris would wield. We've also got that same hand cannon with a different Hunter. However, this Hunter's gear does still really look freaking cool. That knife in the belt I really do like. Definitely this is an Osiris themed kind of armor because we've got the triangles all over it, and yeah, that kind of reminds me of Osiris. I don't know why I'm saying it, I'm just saying that this looks like Osiris gear. That could be it, but most probably it will be this armor that is the Osiris gear, even though this does remind me slightly more of raid armor for some reason. We'll have to see if this actually has got something to do with the raid, but we do actually see that weapon on the hunter's back with the fluids and the tubes and all that, which looks like the Stranger's rifle, or No Time to Explain one of them, and a linear fusion rifle in the hunter's hands. That definitely does look like Man of War, but it definitely probably isn't. We'll see what it is. We'll see what most of this stuff is in the future anyway. Now we have a Titan and a Hunter looking seriously cool. I will have to say that that actual Titan looks really beastly, just really bright, and the way that the Hunter's armor actually looks in this looks just really cool. It's almost like you've got the teeth on the hood as it's coming around. Pretty freaking nice. We also see a Warlock, a Hunter, and a Titan all wearing, I'm presuming, the future War Cult gear. It does all look like the future War Cult gear, as well as they all have equipped an Omelon hand cannon or a sidearm. I'm pretty sure that is the hand cannon, most definitely. No, that's a sidearm. That is, wait, is that a sidearm? I'm not sure. Anyway, we can also see up the back that this Titan definitely has that new gear on. We've got this Hunter off to the side that does seem to be using that Jade Dragonish looking hand cannon. The Titan is also using that No Time to Explain. I'm pretty sure that it's the Warlock off to the back is also using the No Time to Explain. Pretty freaking cool. We've also seeing old weapons come back and new weapons coming in, new exotics potentially. Most likely they are exotics because this is the way we usually see exotics. And yeah, the exotics in themselves do look really freaking cool. Just that hand cannon, I really want to know what that is. As well as this No Time to Explain, potentially this could be the Stranger's rifle in a kind of form of the future in the past, combined with some form of Vex-ish stuff. As we do know Osiris and the Vex, this most likely is an Osiris weapon. Pretty cool. With that armor on the Titan, definitely looks really flash. But as we can see off to the right, this Warlock, wow, that most likely is definitely Osiris gear. It just screams Osiris, really much so, and I'm just, wow, I want that. I really want that. Honestly, that Bond doesn't really look that cool, but still, it really looks freaking hype altogether on that Warlock. Those helmet spikes, pretty nice, but it's not the nicest. This right here probably looks the coolest and most, I guess, intimidating. That Titan right there with that Vexy eye and the little spike sticking up on one arm and the spike sticking down the other. Definitely pretty ominous. And the future War Cult gear, pretty freaking nice. Definitely what that Warlock is wearing, I want. What that Hunter is wearing in the middle definitely is most likely the future War Cult with ornaments. As we can see, he's actually holding a future War Cult auto rifle. And Mercury in itself looking pretty scary. Pretty ominous. Yeah, I honestly have to say, this place looks really freaking cool, but also really scary at the same time. That sun over in the background, just, you know, sitting next to a star. It's cool, but it's also really scary. We keep actually seeing this Omelon hand cannon sidearm. I think this is the hand cannon, or it is the sidearm. I get confused whenever I see them because I rarely use Omelon hand cannon sidearms, whatever they are. This, definitely we've seen it a lot so far in these images. Potentially, maybe this could be one of the new metas. We'll have to actually see. It kind of looks a little bit different because it seems though it's got gold on it, whereas the one at the moment doesn't really have that gold trim, but that could just be the lighting. Although I will state that Mercury is still one of the places that is the most mysterious to us in Destiny, mainly for the fact that we know the Vex have taken it over. They've changed it, but we really just don't know exactly how. We don't know what potentially they could be for us lurking on the other side of that doorway when we enter it. We'll have to see when the actual Curse of Osiris does actually drop. I'm excited. I am really excited. The armors, the weapons, everything in themselves, it's looking really cool. Whether we're gonna actually see what it looks like by the end of it and see things like this where it's just the incredible darkness that has finally fallen upon us, or if we actually are gonna avert that darkness and stop the Vex from, you know, turning us and everything else that we love into a machine like themselves. The amount of weapons, the amount of armor, the amount of just speculation there is that is going through everyone's minds about the Curse of Osiris is crazy. It is phenomenal. This game in itself has taken people from day one back in Destiny 1 all the way up to this point and will just keep catapulting people into the future. It is one of the games that I love almost as much as I love the console I've played it on for the last few years. I do have to state that it is an amazing game, and the people that actually watch my videos, you guys are just amazing. You are awesome. Thank you for your time. If it wasn't for you guys, honestly, I just wouldn't even be doing YouTube at all anymore. Honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, if I really just, you know, if I fell off, would you guys still watch my videos? So far, a lot of people still do. So I have to say thank you. It's one of those things where I get hit with depression, I get down, I get upset, but still, doing YouTube and playing Destiny is the things that keep me going in life. So you guys are amazing, stay awesome and stay hype. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys actually do see anything else in these actual clips that I haven't actually noticed. Whether it be Thorn, whether it be, let's see, Telesto, whether it be the Graviton Forfeit, whether it be the Bones of Ao, whether it be whatever or other exotic could potentially be hidden within this. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys do notice it. If I haven't actually picked it out in this video, let me know at what timestamp it potentially was, and I could try to do an even deeper breakdown, but we'll see what happens in the future with that kind of stuff. Hopefully, when I get back from my mum's either tonight or potentially tomorrow early in the morning, I will be doing a live stream, maybe on YouTube or on Twitch, or we'll see what actually happens with that. But until we kind of get to that point, let me quickly just go over a couple more things, because some of the things I do want to speculate about could potentially be coming actually within the Osiris, you know, DLC. Weapon mods. We could be receiving new exotic weapon mods that actually change up whether it be the look of the weapon or the way that it actually fires and works. We have actually seen so far that there is what looks like a cold heart that fires a solar beam, and everyone's saying it is like the warm heart or hot heart. I honestly have to say that most likely it could even be a new form of weapon mod that is able to be put on exotic weapons, and it actually changes their kind of fire mechanics. And we'll see if that's actually something in the future, or whether it's just, you know, a new form of cold heart that is just a solar heart. We'll have to see in the future, because, you know, everyone loves cold hearts. Everyone also loves love hearts. That could be its name, honestly. It's Bungie. But as well, the Lighthouse. I am really excited to actually finally get to go to the Lighthouse, because I never experienced it in Destiny 1. It's going to be changed quite a bit most likely, and whether it be good or bad, I'm still really excited. I'm just excited and hyped about everything so far that has been announced for this actual DLC. Even though we still haven't really gotten very much information, I do want to state that a lot of people have been looking at this image and saying that this potentially could be the whole thing of the second DLC, having to do with Rasputin and stuff like that, and Anna Bray. Most likely it will, because we do know it is Rasputin, and if you didn't know, Anna Bray had a lot to do with Rasputin and stuff like that. But yeah, cloning and the exos and all that good stuff. We'll see about that in the future, but for now, the Curse of Osiris DLC is just looking crazy cool. If you do actually want to go and check out My Name is Biased video, where it actually has a lot more stuff with the Crucible and stuff like that, I'll have his video linked in the description. If Bungie actually does put it up on their page, then I will do a breakdown of that video. But until then, this has been Zach Novak. If you have enjoyed this video, click that like button down below. It would be very muchly appreciated. If you are a new viewer, maybe hit that subscribe button so you can see my actual content, my new videos and stuff like that. There will be a big change in the channel coming in the future. I'm just Yeah, a lot of things are changing in my life right now. This is really hype. This is freaking cool. This video, hopefully you guys think is amazing. If not, leave a dislike, leave a like, do what you will. Be amazing, do all that good stuff down below, and I'll be cheering like Kieran if he was Ed Sheeran. But until next time, this is Zach Novak, signing off. Peace out.